So I have 1,221 new followers, 65 new clients. I launched memberships also sort of simultaneously with this, and I have 45 clients on memberships. 15 of those are new clients, or from those 65 new clients. And my total new cash flow, which is not even counting just appointments that are like first appointment booked, not even counting the ones that are booked in the future, is $6,185.
Okay, cool. So we feel pretty good with those numbers?
I feel great. I mean, that's 10 times my ad spend. So.
Yeah. I think it's a good ROI, right? On average, what was the income before we launched the ad, before we got started?
I was like at 3-4 grand a month, like total for the month. And now, like last month, I hit like almost 10 grand.
All right, Katie, introduce yourself. Who are you and what type of service are you running?
I'm Katie, and I own Water Baby Wax Co., which is a full body waxing and spray tanning business.
Okay, cool. And how long you been in business?
3 years.
Okay, cool. And so before we connected, right, what were we doing to market and get more leads coming in?
Basically nothing. I was kind of relying on word of mouth. I was doing a little bit of partnering with some local Instagram accounts for local, just I don't what's the word I'm looking for? Visibility.
Okay.
Which was helping, but it wasn't doing the job.
Yeah.
Getting me, a couple people here and there, but I didn't have any strategy of actually like taking those followers and then turning them into clients. So
Okay, so we were working on getting visibility, but we struggled with like the conversion.
that too, yes, as I was like, I don't really know what to do once they follow me. I'm like, okay, well now you follow me.
Yeah, we always break it down now when we tell people, it's like if you have a storefront and somebody walks in, would you just stare at them while they walk around and then be like, why aren't they asking for help? No, right? Because you feel rude. But then we turn around like, how can we do it but online? Because it's almost like we forget we're talking to other humans on the other side of that screen.
Exactly.
Okay, and so before, because I know you were doing like the little like in-person networking event and the smaller creators, and then how many leads were you bringing in per month?
A few. I mean, it was minimal. A handful. I maybe got 5 new clients a month.
Okay.
On a good month, maybe 6 or 7, but it was slow.
Okay, how'd that make you feel? Did you feel like this is just how business is? Like eventually something's gonna happen, or?
At that time, because the time I had to put into my business was limited, so I was at that point like kind of okay with it, but still like, okay, I could grow, but I wasn't like rushing to do anything that was crazy. I knew I needed to, but then our circumstances changed and it was like, okay, it's time to ramp up my business.
Okay.
Let's hit the ground running. And I had the time now to put into taking the influx of clients. So that kind of also lit a fire under me to be like, okay, what can I do? How can I make this change and like get actually people walking in the door?
Yeah. So you had obviously the space and the time to fulfill. We just had nobody to fill it in with.
Exactly.
Okay, you're not alone there. You're not alone. Okay, and what was it that got you to finally flip that switch? Where you're like, because obviously we connected, right? What was it that finally got you to take action?
Originally, it was my husband got laid off, and we were just like kind of flip flopping roles, and it made the most sense because I already had a business that was running to just kick it into gear and like start actually running my business in a profitable way instead of it being like a hobby.
Yeah.
And that was where I was like, okay, let's kind of start looking into marketing and talk to a handful of other people. And then I took a break from it because I was like, I'm just not finding anybody that is aligned with what I want out of this and like sees my vision of business and like the way I think and like that there's, abundance mindset and of there's no limit to anything. And like my competition is myself and I just need to set myself apart and do better for me. It's not about what anybody else is doing. It's about what I can do. And knowing that I bring a lot to the table in my industry and I have the expertise and it's just getting that in front of people and people knowing that I exist.
Yeah.
And once I did, and I found you guys, my husband was one who actually saw you guys first on Instagram and was like, these are the guys. They're like, this is going to be perfect for you. They do stuff in the beauty industry. And then I met you guys. I'm like, okay, this is like bar none.
Yeah,
The-
let's get this rolling. Okay, cool.
yeah.
And so you were already doing organic content, right? So you were
Yeah.
posting, right? It was good content, good quality. It was serving your audience, but
Right.
the issue with that is you just weren't getting new people to see it, more people to see it and build trust with
Exactly.
you. Okay,
Right.
and then so we pulled the trigger, we got started, right? And we launched this ad, right? Why I would say why it worked very well for you is because you had a really good solid foundation set up. You weren't starting
Yeah.
completely brand new.
Right.
So we launched this ad and it was exactly 1 month ago from yesterday,
Yeah.
right? So how the results been since then?
So I have 1,221 new followers, 65 new clients. Um, I launched memberships also sort of simultaneously with this, and I have 45 clients on memberships. 15 of those are new clients, or from those 65 new clients. And my total new cash flow, which is not even counting just appointments that are like first appointment booked, not even counting the ones that are booked in the future, is $6,185.
Okay, cool. So we feel pretty good with those numbers.
I feel great. I
And
mean,
the,
that's 10 times my ad spend.
yeah,
So,
yeah, I think it's a good ROI, right? And then
yeah,
like on average, what was the income before we launched the ad, before we got started?
I was like at 3, 4 grand a month, like total for the month. And now, like last month, I hit like almost 10 grand.
Yeah,
And
insane.
that was only having the ad launched for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. So we had the ball rolling, right? And so and the awesome thing is like you've been able to convert a lot of those new people to come into the door, right? You built a lot of trust with your content. And so obviously you have so many more leads on the hook that are going to continue to watch all your content. And right,
Right.
they're going to continue to build trust. So some people come in and they're going to be like, I like what I see, but I'm still kind of skeptical. And because you're
Right.
so consistent with your content and continuing to show them, hey, it's not as bad as what you think. You switch their
Exactly.
perspective, so they pull it turns into more of like a when they're going to pull the trigger versus if they are or not.
Exactly. And that's where there's still tons of people just in DMs and conversations that are like, I've already done a ton of reassuring and they're like, okay, I'm gonna book in the future, or I'm just like waiting for X, Y, or Z. And I know there's a ton more because if they followed me from the ad, they're following with intention. So even if they ghosted my message, I'm like, I still know they're seeing what I'm putting out there. And a lot of them, I think, with the vulnerable conversations I have of people who do respond, I think there's a lot of people who were nervous to even say anything to begin with. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I know they're hanging out, watching. And so when people just tell me your content is what drew me in and made me feel already safe and feel comfortable and know that I could trust you before I ever even met you. And then I have conversations with them that are just, genuinely asking what their reservations are, what they're nervous about, and putting those things to rest, or at least giving them some things that are helping to make them feel better about it.
Yeah, 100%. I think you do a really good job at showing your personality because yeah, the informative content does create, show you as an authority. But also what gets people to really trust you and resonate with you is the personal side that you also blend in with your content as well. So those are both
Right.
important, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then talk to me about the memberships, right? So we know a massive problem, all right, with most estheticians, most people in the beauty space is the client's done, they get the service, they walk out the door and it's like, yeah, let me know when you're ready to go again. So walk me through what got you to piece together the
Right.
memberships.
Yeah, so I typically was pre-booking people anyways before they left their appointment because that helped with getting people back in the door without this question of like, okay, let's leave it up to them. Because if you leave it up to people to schedule their appointment, chances are they're not going to.
Yeah.
It's going to be way longer than they should have. And with waxing, consistency is really, really important with anything, right? Anything,
Yep.
consistency is important. But with syncing up your hair cycles and getting the ultimate best result, being consistent and waxing every 4 weeks is how you get there. And so the more that I was thinking about it, I'm like, what's a way to help people to get on a system that makes their life easier? Because people also like easy, and that gives them some kind of perk or benefit to having a membership. And so the system I switched to offered memberships. And so I started just thinking it through. And I was like, this just makes so much sense for all my clients that are consistent. And so when I rolled them out initially just for my existing clients, it was huge. Like most of my existing clients were like, why wouldn't I do this? And even, I mean, of like my 65 new clients, having 15 of them on literally their first appointment, a few people before they ever even walked in my door bought a membership.
Yeah.
So, and I'm just telling people about it. Hey, this is something I offer. They're like, oh, I love that. Like, you know, figuring out their routine. But I know that those are going to continue to be a way that people stay consistent with their waxing. And it helps to just, I'm seeing shift the mindset around it from being like something to do and on the to-do list to really shifting it to self-care, which is big in my industry. Is I want people to view it as self-care, not as like something they dread or they, you know, don't look forward to. I want it to be something that they're like, okay, I feel good about
Yeah,
this.
100%.
And
And
it's
so it's,
just
yeah, and it's not just about like how can we generate more cash flow? How can we squeeze more juice from this lemon? But it's like,
right.
hey, ultimately, I'm in this service to be able to help people feel more confident. And the best way to not only get the results but keep the results you're looking for is to come in consistently, right? So this is also gonna
Exactly.
it also helps hold you accountable too because we know
Yeah,
life gets busy, right?
exactly.
So it benefits them and it benefits you, right? Because
Right.
with the memberships, now we have reoccurring income. So like, what does that reoccur for us right now for next month?
Uh, 42.56.
42.56. So we
More
said
than I was making per month
yeah.
before.
So we already know next month we have more coming in than what we are just doing organically before.
Exactly.
Right. So how's all this make you feel? Because obviously,
I
like
mean,
we gave you the roadmap, but props to Katie because she plugged it and put into play.
thank you. No, I mean, it's amazing. And I'm super grateful to be, have learned the things I've learned and like been on this journey. And like you guys have just shown me this, you know, given me that roadmap. But, and it is, I mean, I think there is the, you have to do the work also.
Yeah, always.
But I wouldn't have been able to do it and known even where to start without having that roadmap because I was like, what do I do? I
Yeah.
this, I have the idea. I'm doing the content, but this content's not converting. Like,
Yeah.
what else do
You
I do?
you probably could have got the information. May have just took 10 years or so. Maybe we don't
I
know,
I
maybe you
don't
could
have
have
the
got yeah.
I don't have the time for that. I'm
So
like, I'm also a full-time mom. So
exactly, which is the prior that's the first job. This is
exactly.
this is the side gig right here.
This is
Okay.
the side gig, exactly.
Um,
So it made it so that I didn't have to do all the guesswork and trial and error and figure it all out. You guys did that for me, and then I was able to implement it. And it was like the proof is in the pudding, right? It's working.
100%. And so, do you have any regret since joining?
That I didn't start sooner.
Yeah, I love that. I love that one too. Yeah, okay. What would you say to somebody who's on the fence? You know, they're running a business. They are in Katie's shoes right now, where Katie used to be a little bit over a month ago, and they're still kind of skeptical about marketing, content, social media, and ads specifically. What would you say to them?
Do it. There's literally nothing to lose. There's only followers to gain, clients to gain. And in all of that, like the connections you make with people, like it increases your network, it increases your visibility, it increases your revenue. Like I'm just seriously like, if I would have done this 6 months ago, like it would be insane where I would be right now. And I'm excited to just get to where 6 months down the road and see what that looks like because what I used to think was like a hard attainable goal, which I was like, okay, if I could do like 6 grand a month, like that would be great. And then last month I did 9 grand and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like just literally flipping a switch. And initially and I also believed that it would work. That was part of it is I went into this knowing that I was ready for it and knowing it was going to work. And I think having that belief too helped because I went into it like, no, I'm doing this. And I just put it, I'm like, all right, put it on my business credit card. I'm like, because I know I'm going to pay this off like almost immediately. And I
Yeah.
made enough to pay off my initial investment last month.
Okay, nice.
You know,
That's always
that's
good. Okay,
rad.
and so I mean, we've seen it. We have seen amazing results together. What's the next step? Like, what is 6 months out from now seeing these results? Is Katie just just cool with just filling the schedule? Is future Katie adding to the team or just getting a bigger plate? Like what's in the future for Katie?
Yeah, I mean, I have my big goals as an esthetician and business owner is to have a space where I can hire on girls, train them, allow them to build a business underneath like my umbrella, and let them allow them to also take the clientele they've built and take that with them and go start their own thing. I don't believe that there's any limit of people. I know that my energy and their energy will attract the right clients for them. Mine will always attract the right for my business. And every single girl who walks in the door will attract her own clientele. And so there's so much of this like mine in our industry. And it's, in my opinion, super silly. And I don't want that to hold people back from starting their own businesses and like giving them some of the tools to then grow a business and or grow a brand if that's something that they want to do. So for me, I'm like looking downstream for creating the brand
Yeah.
of having a space that opens the door for people to come learn how to wax properly. That I would do all their training and then be able to be a little more hands off in the treatment room and shifting how I'm helping people into helping girls grow their businesses and then go out and get a space of their own, rent a salon suite, things like that. I'd love to have salon suites that I could have available for them in the future too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Lots of big dreams.
Yeah, I mean, and now you see it's within reach, right?
Totally.
Did it feel within reach a month ago?
No,
Yeah, and so
I knew it was down the road, but now I'm like, oh no, this is something. And knowing how to run ads, I'm like, oh, this would be something that I would easily be able to
duplicate
market and get the people that I wanted and market to the right people and have the right people come into that whole system that I want that could be an ongoing thing also.
So now Katie's in a place to where not only she can obviously help more people, but she's getting a lot closer to a place where she can help people help more people.
Exactly.
Okay.
Which is that's like really I think the big dream is like, I
Yeah.
love my client and I love this time, but I'm like, I can also do this on a much bigger level and be more impactful for other young entrepreneurs or people who just have been in the industry and don't know how to get there.
Yep.
But being
Yep.
somebody to cheer them on and, give them some of that roadmap so that they don't have to figure it all out on their own and have somebody that believes in them to do it,
That's the most fulfilling part. That's my journey as
Yeah.
well, as you know, too. So
Right.
that brings the most fulfillment more than anything, more than the payments coming through and everything else, is just knowing that
Right.
you had that little piece into somebody's success. Obviously, they need to do the
Absolutely.
work as well, but
Exactly.
it's a teamwork type of thing. So, okay,
And I
cool.
think to show them, hey, this is what can happen when you implement these things. Like I have implemented these exact things and this is what I've gotten out
Yeah,
of it.
I
So
can
I
show.
think, yes.
Yeah,
And seeing that it's not like, oh, I'm telling you to do this, but I've never done it myself.
yeah,
That really
exactly.
say, no, this works and this is the way to, you growing a business of your own and being able to see people do that and blossom their own businesses is something that's super exciting to me.
Yep, 100%. Okay, cool. So I appreciate you taking the time to jump on today, Katie, and sharing your story with us.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.